Welcome back to Squawk Box. Former Google CEO Eric Schmidt saying it is time for us to fully invest in AI infrastructure because he says climate goals are too lofty to reach anyway. Speaking at an AI summit in Washington last week, Schmidt addressed concerns about the massive amount of energy needed to power artificial intelligence. He said there are ways to curb the negative effects that AI can have on the environment, but he thinks those will be swamped by the enormous needs of this new technology. When pressed by presenters, he said he thinks we won't hit some of the climate goals anyway because we're not organized to do it, and he'd rather bet on AI solving the problem on the other end of it than constraining AI and having the problem. So
that's so weird.
Well, there's an interesting sort of group of people, by the way, including Elon Musk and others, who say that long term, their view is that the solution to climate change is not necessarily going to be putting less carbon in the atmosphere per se. It's going to be figuring out how you're going to take it out of the atmosphere later. And the argument that he's making effectively is that AI is going to help the discovery process, potentially, I think, I don't want to put words in his mouth, of that. Meaning nobody's figured out how to do it yet, but that maybe once AI, I don't know if it's sentient, Joe, but is smart enough, it'll help
I think
create
we can solve a lot of problems.
The solution.
That if it comes down to it, we're obviously a globe right now that depends totally on fossil fuels for commerce and everything else. So we really don't have any choice other than to deal with it.
I will say technology usually solves the problems that we think we hit up against.
And it's almost, you could almost group it with other Malthusian worries that have never come
That's what I was just saying. And technology usually is what solves all
like
of
we're going to
them.
run out of, I don't know, whatever, which we never run out of because it just, the more you use it, the more it makes sense economically to get more, and then you have more. And then when the asteroid comes and we send...
Well, but then you'd have to say that, Saudi Arabia, you say to yourself, okay, Saudi Arabia with its 2030 plan, does that make any sense if that's true, right? They're trying to effectively, wean their way off of fossil fuels, right? And reimagine their entire economy.
I
think they're trying to diversify.
Any young people have normal jobs. I mean, they have their own issues with being addicted to all that oil. They need an actual economy, which they're trying to diversify and create. Right, exactly.